This is a Minecraft tutorial on how to make Call Me Maybe with Minecraft note blocks. We'll do the first 4 measures of the chorus, which will sound like this. The materials we'll need are right here. Now to start, you want to set up whatever button or device you have to start the note blocks. For me, I will use a button, and we want to connect it to 2 different tracks here. One is going to be the violins that are in the background, and one is going to be the main melody of the singer. We will start with 3 iron blocks in a row like this, and then you will need 4 repeaters. The first 3 will be at full ticks, and the last one will be at half tick. Just 1 press there. And then another row of iron blocks, and then a repeater at full, and then another row of iron blocks, and then a repeater at half, and then the last final row of iron blocks. Then the tuning on top of the note blocks will go as follows. It'll be C, which is 6, E, which is 10, and G, which is 13. Remember, you can double check what the note is on each of these by pressing F3 and looking over at the note on the right side. This one is 13, 10, 6. The next note blocks will be 8, 13, 17. The note blocks on the next line will be 3, 8, and 12. The last line is the same as the previous, 3, 8, and 12. To start with the vocals, we will start with a repeater that is at full 4 ticks, and we'll go packed ice, repeater, packed ice, repeater, until you have 5 packed ice with a repeater after each. The first repeater will be at full 4 ticks, the second one will be untouched, the third one will be 2 ticks, the fourth one will be 3 ticks, and the last one will be 2 ticks. The tuning for the note blocks goes 13, 5, 8, 13, and 8. The first measure will sound like this. Another thing I like to do, if you have the materials, is make the vocals louder by adding glowstone to each note block and just repeating the same tuning so that it has 2 different instruments playing at the same time. Since this is 13, as we can see on the right side with the note, we can tune this block to 13 as well, and then we can repeat that with all these. And now the vocals will sound a little bit better. To continue with the first part, we'll add 3 repeaters, the first one full, the second one full, and the third one at 2 ticks. And we'll go a line of iron blocks, and then a repeater at full, and then a line of iron blocks, and then a repeater at 2 ticks, and then a line of iron blocks, and a repeater at full. The tuning for the notes will go as 6, 10, and 13. The next one will go 1, 6, and 10. And the last ones will be the same as the previous, 1, 6, and 10. To continue with the vocals, we can add a repeater at full ticks and actually make this previous repeater to full ticks to make up for the 8th note that will go here. And then we'll go packed ice, repeater, until you once again have 5 packed ice with repeaters after each. The first repeater can be set to 2 ticks, the second can stay at 1, the third is at 2 ticks, the fourth is at 3 ticks, and the last is at full ticks. Tuning on the note blocks, we'll go 5, 8, 13, 17, and 13. Remember, you can add glowstone and add the same tuning if you would like the chorus to sound more full. These note blocks are just matching the ones we just did: 5, 5, 8, 8, 13, 13, 17, 17, and 13, 13. And the second measure will sound like this. At this point, I like to have this line catch up with this line in terms of timing. We can add 3 redstone just to have it catch up. And then we can add 2 repeaters. First one will be at full, the second one will be at half, 2 ticks. And add another line of iron blocks, a repeater that is full 4 ticks, iron blocks, a repeater that is 2 ticks, and another row of iron blocks. The tuning will go 8, 13, and 17. The next row will go 3, 8, and 12. And the third will be the same as the second: 3, 8, and 12. Going back to the vocals, we'll have to do the same repeater and packed ice pattern that we were doing before, this repeater being full. Make sure once again that we have 5 packed ice followed by repeaters after each. On this one, every repeater will be at 2 ticks, so they should all look like this. The tuning for the note blocks will start with 13, 17, 18, 17, and 13. Once again, we can put glowstone with note blocks that match the same tuning as the one side by side with it. Third measure will sound like this. Now the iron blocks row is actually done, so the last thing we'll have to do is put another repeater here. And rather than add another repeater, we can put this one at 4 again. And we can do the packed ice repeater pattern again. So make sure there are 5 packed ice, and then in between each is a repeater with 2 ticks. Except for on the very beginning, there is 2 full repeaters. The tuning for the last part will go 13, 17, 15, 15 again, and 13. Adding in the glowstone. This is what it'll sound like at the end here. If you would like to add a drum beat, it is pretty easy. You just need a bunch of sand and a bunch of stone block of your choice. For the sake of demonstration, I will use sand and cobblestone, which I'm sure everybody has plenty on hand. You will just need to add a third row and make sure it starts at the same time as these iron blocks. We will start with the cobblestone, and then sand, and then cobblestone, sand, and just do this pattern until there is 8 of each. Remember, you can use whatever block you want between these, just needs to have a repeater on it. Every single repeater will be at full ticks, just a full repeater. And every single note block does not actually need to be tuned. The sand will be the snare drum, and the stone will be the bass drum hit. And that will sound like this.